have just come from the Tuileries. The Armoire de Fer has been ransacked.
Diable. Someone beat us to it. This is very unfortunate. God only knows what we would have found there.
Whoever it was had to fight for it. I found a body there, killed by automats.
Mon Dieu. How dreadful.
Dreadful indeed. Especially since I discovered this in the victim's hand.
And what is that, pray tell?
A dueling pistol, with your name engraved on its plate.
Oh, May we? You're right. It is my pistol. It was stolen along with a number of other things. It happened just before the Estates General at my lodgings in Versailles. But how on earth did my weapon end up in the hands of this poor soul?
I am certain we will find an explanation. I'm going to have a look around. With your permission, of course.
Well, since I'm in no position to dissuade you...
You appear to have burnt these papers in a hurry. I'm eager to hear your explanation.
It's nothing at all, I assure you. Frivolous letters that were cluttering my desk.
I find your defense unconvincing. Why won't you tell me the truth?
You don't understand. This is a matter of the utmost importance that I cannot discuss with a creature such as yourself.
I am an automat, monsieur. This is true. But I serve the Queen. And my only aim is to put a stop to the crimes that have befallen the kingdom.
Well, know that you're not alone in serving the Queen.
What was in those letters you threw into the fire?
My private correspondence with the King. I had a key to the armoire, which served as a mailbox.
Are you conspiring with the King?
No, you don't understand. I was something of a shadow advisor, a diplomat, working in complete discretion. I feared his stubbornness would lead the kingdom, so I tried to reassure him regarding the aims of the Third Estate. But when Vaucanson told me what happened at Meudon...
You claim to be a friend of the Queen.
The King has gone insane. After what happened at Meudon, that much is clear. Hence my support for his wife. She's a headstrong woman, and much wiser than she lets on. You must know that she means to put her youngest on the throne. A regency would restore peace and unity to the kingdom. Then I have the support of the people. They trust me.
I found your pistol in the hands of a dead...
Mathieu, one of the servants I had sent to retrieve. I gave him the pistol for self-defense. Alas, it seemed...
Tell me, what happened at...
It's all here in this letter. Please, give it to the Queen. She must learn.
Why were you in such a hurry to destroy your correspondence?
The letters contained sensitive information. If it had gotten out, I would have surely lost my allies, as well as any hope of establishing a regents.
Can I help you, Aegis?
What is the significance of these objects steeped in memories?
Nemes. I have reread every work that I have on them. Pages that have remained unintelligible to this day. These echoes go back to the beginning of time, to that fateful day in ancient Greece when some dark magician took it into his head to bind a soul to an inanimate object. You see, Aegis, there is nothing more diabolical, nothing more unnatural than this sorcery. The soul is the very essence of the divine. It refuses to submit to such an The earliest necromancers whose works have survived through... When a soul is fragmented and takes shelter in 3 objects that... It's as if these memories wish to remain bound.
What is the significance of these
Nemes. I have these to the... You see, the earliest... When a soul is... and takes... It's as if...
I found this notebook written in Latin.
Indeed. Oh, hold on. This handwriting. It's in Nicholas Flamel's... Oh, give me some time to study this, and I'll tell you what I'm able...
Have you finished reading the notebook, mon père?
Yes, Aegis, and what I learned from it puzzles me. In this diary, 3 journeys into what he calls the in-between. Tormented spirits that are unable to ascend.
This world. It's where Cagliostro's victims were...
En effet, I believe you're right. But that's not all. He wrote this in the final paragraph, in his handwriting, dated 21st... What if his body died while his soul was traveling through limbo? Aegis, because of your unique nature, we have an incredible...
What do you mean, mon père?
If the soul that animates you has been bound to the automaton that serves as its vet, and if this were the case, the soul would travel to purgatory.
Hold on. Are you trying to...
I'm offering you a chance to speak to the man who discovered the Philosopher's Stone.
Assuming I agree to venture into purgatory.
Certainly. According to this journal, the soul flies to the Zen... or that of the pilgrim, in this case. If Flamel's soul is trapped in purgatory, as we've guessed...
Is it still standing?
Of course. It's on Rue de Montmorency. You can get there via the cemetery of the Église Saint-Jacques.
And how do you plan to free my spirit?
We would simply need to break the bond between them. To do this, we would need to stop your... For a short time, of course. We don't want to lose... As for the rest, it will be a question of mechanics. Therein lies the problem. But it is fascinating. Perhaps Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier...
Goodbye, mon père. Monsieur Bailly. I found this box with astronomical... I believe it belongs to Vaucan...
Athénaïs' secret box. I built it with my own hands. It was my gift to her.
I wasn't able to open...
Naturellement. Athénaïs and I are the only... Allow me. You must arrange the planets the way they were aligned on the day of Athénaïs' birth. Voila, like this.
What's this locket?
Athénaïs is always wearing this. It contains... She said it was her most... To think. The poor child never knew her own...
You monster! What did you do to her?
Ludia, what happened? You froze the moment you touched the locket. I thought I'd lost you.
I saw her. Athénaïs de Vaucanson.
Mon Dieu. It is just as I feared.
He bound her spirit to an automat.
Please, say no more. Athénaïs. It is her spirit that animates.
Yes. I believe so.
Seigneur, quelle abomination. It is vital that you go and find Athénaïs as soon as possible.
She is right in front of you.
Alas, You know nothing of Athenais, Lydia. Nothing of her past, her joys. You are but the vessel that harbors the poor child.
Where can I find Athenais?
God only knows. Although I assume that this is certainly the only way to keep her spirit alive, and the only way to free her is to find her body.
Why was Eugène de Vaucanson imprisoned in the Bastille?
Once he discovered the king's true intentions, he refused to continue cooperating with him. He refused to use his talents to create this abominable army. Eugène did manage to get a letter to me just before... Here, take it.
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you?
The clues I found at the warehouse.
Diable.
Do you think there is any way to interrupt my internal clockwork?
To what end?
I would like to briefly sever the bond between my spirit and this automat.
It is a very strange request, madame. For what purpose do you seek to free your soul from its shell?
According to the abbot, my spirit would then be able...
Oh, that dreadful place. Why on earth would you want to go there?
I hope to find answers to some very important questions.
You must understand, madame, that your very nature is a mystery to us. We are ignorant as to the principle, nor do we know how your machinery works. That is why it is impossible for us to make even the slightest alteration. It would, of course, if we had documents that could shed light on the matter.
Antoine, the blueprints.
What blueprints, mon ami?
Lydia's. Eugène gave them to me when he was working on the modifications ordered by the king. He wanted my opinion on the potential for... The documents are obsolete now, but they could tell us quite a bit about the...
Vincent, you're right. Where are the blueprints?
Alas, the situation is not in our favor. I kept them in the safe at the observatory, but I found looters making off with its...
Blasted scavengers. Their kind are always...
I chased them to the quays, but was unable to apprehend them. When they disappeared into an underground passageway under the Louvre...
You acted wisely, mon ami. The automats are everywhere.
I'll try to track them down. Goodbye, monsieur. Monsieur de Mirabeau. I found a broken cane. Do you know who it belonged to?
Well, I never. Yes, and I'm willing to bet...
That's right.
Well, you'd need to look a little further, because this case... France and...
Mesmer, the Prince of Chauve.
Good heavens. It's been a...
5 years, to be exact, since your...
It wasn't long after that.
Can you tell me more?
He was a mystical healer, who was once popular with the upper class.
You mentioned a commission.
The king did not look kindly on the healers. This led him to appoint a commission from the royal...
An institution to which Monsieur... We were asked to investigate his alleged power.
The experiments that we performed allowed us to determine that Monsieur Mesmer's activities were pure charlatanism, a conclusion that destroyed his successful career the moment it was...
But there was something, Sylvain. A tiny flow of energy that my devices...
My dear colleague, must I remind you again that It was obviously a momentary fate.
Perhaps. I'd like...
When and how did...
The denunciation of his technique, he was abandoned by his clients and resumed... I think he was hoping to perfect...
A hope that led him to associate himself with that. In any case, Monsieur Mesmer...
Why did he leave so quickly?
That is a mystery.
This is true. He left in such a hurry, and it seems that...
Is that so?
Yes, it's likely...
This adventurer from who knows where is quite... I've been able to observe him from my apartment. I wonder what he was...
What were Monsieur Mesmer's theories?
He is a proponent of a theory called... He claimed to be able to channel a purported universal healing...
He also cobbled together a whole array of mad devices, each stranger than... Unfortunately, despite all his attempts, I don't know that he ever cured it.
What happened during Monsieur?
Oh, they were quite... Imagine well-born ladies afflicted with a dimly lit room, where incense has been amiable servants, half-dressed, gliding from countess to duchess, and the great Mesmer, a doctor with wandering... Oh, you should have seen them. Those grand ladies moaning, crying... Du théâtre, ma chère.
What of your plan to go to the Bastille?
I am working on it.
The tunnels under Montmartre are the...
As for the lanterns,
Did Monsieur de Laclos tell you the secret of his...
no.
That's a pity. Let's see. I know he's close to Monsieur Marat. He's currently in hiding in the... But please, do not breathe a word of this. It would certainly end in a blood...
Were you present?
We'll... So,
I have recovered Minister
do you intend to entrust them to...
Yes. I have chosen to place this fortune in your hands.
Very well, madame. I promise that I will use it for one purpose only. When a monarch violates the people's most fundamental rights, insurrection is their most... But we must be wary of warmongers, who would lead the rebellion because all they truly want is to become tyrants in turn.
Goodbye, Monsieur. others from the observatory. Poor souls. They didn't stand a chance. Ludius blueprints. Fortunately, they are in perfect condition. Monsieur Bailly will be delighted. Monsieur B. Here are the blueprints you asked for.
Good heavens. You found them.
Your thieves were not able to profit much from their theft. They met with an unfortunate end.
Oh, the poor souls. Their crimes did not deserve such a permanent ending.
Certainly, certainly. Let us look at these documents now, if you will.
No, Antoine, the F-wheel is not part of the cog that transfers the driving force to the escapement.
Diable, you're right. It's driven by the B-wheel, and its axis...
Precisely. In fact, the shaft sits between the...
True. It's decided then. All we would have to do is separate these two...
And to put them back in place at the agreed time to start the machine...
You will not be able to assist me. I have to do it alone.
You must be joking. Unfortunately, madame, you're asking...
Oh, ça, par exemple.
Once your spirit is untethered from this automat, it will be
Hold on, my dear Antoine. Is this device in figure...
Yes, it is. What of it?
Bon sang. It's a timer. It's primitive, true,
The
but
dial has marks from 1 to 15.
it was to allow Eugène to plan the duration of Ludia's dances in advance.
Oh, I see. And by reversing the position of this peg in the center, we could
Nous y sommes, mon ami.
Will Aegis be able to operate this device herself?
We'll make it easier for her. All you have to do is put a bolt there that she can remove when the Yes, a small iron rod will suffice. When the timer dial reaches 0, the automat... However, given the dial's fragility, we will probably get only one chance to try this.
Are you sure that the bond between my soul and this machine will be re-established?
Ma foi, What do you say, mon père?
Don't be afraid, Aegis. Unless I've been wrong, your soul will seek refuge in the only body it has available to it in...
Well then, shall we start the preparation?
Let's begin. My fate is in your hands, monsieur.
Voila. Everything is in place. When it's time, just pull on this metal loop to start the timer.
Remember, you will have 15 minutes and no more before your spirit returns to your body. We wish you good luck, madame.
Remember, to get to Rue de Montmorency, you're best going through the cemetery behind the Église Saint-Jacques in the quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. Here is the key to the gate. Our prayers are with you, my child.
slipped through my fingers. Fortunately, he was unable to take his things with him. The sleepless slaves. They meant the automats. Feeding off the blood of innocent people. Monsieur Raymond was completely mistaken. I must inform him.
Shut up, everyone! Someone's coming! Oh no, no! Another one of those people mistakes!
Monsieur Raymond,
Go on, Aegis.
I went to the Hotel de Massiac as agreed. What I discovered goes beyond your darkest conjectures. The club's members have no intention of merely depriving their slaves of rest. Rather, with the king's support, they plan to replace them with automat harvesters. The Count of Cagliostro is behind the plan.
Ma foi. But such a plan would certainly only improve the lot of these unfortunate people.
You are mistaken, mon père. If the planters get their way, they will have a greater need of slaves than ever. Only this time, they intend to slaughter them to power their machines.
Quelle abomination!
Par tous les saints.
4 days ago, the Paris Guard captured 100 black people. They were to be sacrificed as part of an experiment to test the effectiveness of the automat harvesters. Luckily, I was able to prevent the massacre.
Where are they now?
In a place they call the Dépôt des Noirs. I don't know where it is. It bears the inscription, Tour de...
The Devil's Tower. I know the place, but... will you even listen? After all, I'm just a despicable...
Monsieur le Marquis, will you pass up an opportunity to earn our forgiveness?
No, you're right. Truly, you are... And this Tour du Diable is a prison in Vincennes. Within the chateau...
That's 3 leagues from here. We'll only be able to free them.
At least they were spared the fate that the king and his accomplices had planned.
And what will you do with the 2 servants you employ?
I will continue to treat them well.
However, under the laws you insist on following, they will become slaves again the moment they leave the...
Certainly not, Monsieur de Robespierre. The planters of Massiac have been proven to be not... I thought I was dealing with opposition. But now I just... From whom it would be vain to expect from this day, and will not lay down my arms until the last...
Rest assured, then, that the people will...
That's the spirit, my friends.
Monsieur le Marquis.
Huh?
Goodbye, Miss...
You have erred here for so long, not a word uttered. In singular contemplation of such terrible slaughter.
A long time, you say? That's not possible, sir. I've just now appeared to you.
Nay, thou must trust me. And thou wast hardly alone in this limbo. There were many travelers, stiff and silent, all in agony, all bound to the anchor stone.
What travelers do you speak of?
The first to arrive was a sobbing child searching for his mother. Then those whose thoughts passed through me.
Hold on. A minister of...
A scholar with soul star-filled, and...
Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur...
A usurer who shed so...
Monsieur Necker.
All bound to the anchor stone.
The anchor stone, Monsieur...
Lapis philosophorum.
The philosopher's...
Aye! Vile knave who took it for his own lately. No count is he but that of trespass and perfidy.
Cagliostro.
Well met. The rope for this varlet and I shall be avenged. The anchor stone keeps the travelers in this limbo and makes them masters of the iron titan. From the defunct springs the fire that burns inside these demons. Lanterns of the dead. Witchcraft of the blackest sort.
The terrible slaughter. You say I was just observing the massacres?
Aye. Vile, innumerable crimes. The devil's own accursed titans and their restless horde. They drinketh from the lake where the souls of the dead sleep. Men and women offered in sacrifice to feed the pyre. Then the terrible maw was opened, and in flowed legion of the dead. Ne'er hast I seen such and so many here during all my stay. The stone is verily mine dark confine. Lonely, so lonely, that mine vessel is no more, and my soul still cloistered in this place. Alack, I do despair of ever ascending to heaven. Gentle dame, I prithee do shatter mine stone.
You want me to break the stone that contains your soul? Is that what you're asking me to do?
Aye, my God, I beg thee.
Do you know where this stone is? You've been buried for more than 3 centuries, monsieur.
The precious jewel, sublime treasure, was inscribed in my legacy, my testament. On my tomb engraved, gentle dame, on the tomb!
What a strange encounter. I must tell Abbe Grégoire about it immediately.
Can I help you, Aegis?
The plan worked as we had hoped. My spirit left my body, and I traveled to the in-between.
This is extraordinary. It confirms all my theories.
You were right about the rest, too. Nicholas Flamel's soul had never left the in-between.
Mon Dieu, 4 centuries. What a fearsome fate. Were you able to speak with this unfortunate soul?
Yes, mon père. He claimed that I had been in purgatory for a long time, but had never spoken until then.
Please, go on.
He said he had met other visitors. Based on his descriptions, he was speaking of Monseigneur de la Fare, Minister Necker, Monsieur Bailly and Monsieur Lavoisier. They all seemed unaware of his presence. All bound to the Anchor Stone. Those were his words.
All those whom Cagliostro turned into his homicidal playthings. Yes, it is just as I thought. The subject has the impression of being the automat it is bound to, but his soul remains in the in-between world.
Mon père, Monsieur Flamel begged me to free him from purgatory. He has suffered for too long.
How can we help him?
If he is to be believed, we would simply have to break his stone.
Of course, the Philosopher's Stone. The Anchor Stone that keeps him in the in-between. But where could it be after all this time?
Look at this, mon père. These are Philosopher's Stones made by Cagliostro's hand. Do they look familiar?
Heavens, they do. Aegis. The ancient chalice of Saint-Jacques is adorned with a similar stone. It was entrusted to me by the parish priests, along with some other relics. I stored it in a reliquary chest in this very room. Here's the key. Go. Let us not waste a second more.
Goodbye, mon père. Here it is.
4 centuries, Aegis. 4 centuries. No mind can begin to comprehend what this poor man has suffered.
Is this the fate that awaits us? An eternity of silence and solitude?
Purgatory is just a stop on the journey, Monseigneur.
Oh, I would give anything to believe it again.
Monsieur Flamel, the time has come to set you free.
Seigneur, Dieu nous garde.
Oh, blessed maid who has broken my chains! Heavenly light! Oh, heavenly light! I shall become one with it!
Et cum haec dixis et videntibus illis elevatus est.
And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up.
Hallelujah! Purgatory is not the end. Do you know what that means, Abbot?
Before I say anything, I would like to take the time to consider the phenomenon we have just witnessed with a clear head.
You are mistaken. What we have just seen and heard makes us new apostles. From this day on, I will live only to share the good news of this divine manifestation.
That is all well and good, Monseigneur. Alas, I will not be able to join your apostolate, for there is no mission more vital than the one we are undertaking. At the moment when the tyrant aims to annihilate his subjects, I have a duty to put deeds before prayer.
I must gather the 3 echoes.
Here you are at last. This is where the path to the Bastille begins. And to think, I would have never thought you'd make it this far. Cependant, I would advise you not to rush. The fighting in these tunnels has weakened the structure. If you go in there, I'm afraid you won't be able to turn back. Delors, I have just one bit of advice to give you. Before going any further, make sure you're not leaving behind any unfinished business. Any commitments that you've not fully met. I shall return to my hiding place. In these unsure times, you can never be too careful. Ne croyez-vous pas?
If I take one more step, there will be no turning back. This path will lead me straight to the Quartier du Temple. Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm lit.
Can I help you, Aegis?
Goodbye. Monsignor.
What can I do for you?
Goodbye,
Allez en paix.
Monsieur.
Go on.
You are quite alone.
I haven't been back to... I left... I came... I was late and more.
See you. Monsieur B. Goodbye. Monsieur Levoix.
What can I do for...
The clues I found at the warehouse suggest that the gun...
Diable. You...
Goodbye.
What of your plan to...
I am working.
The tunnels under Montmartre are the only way to get around the fortifications that cut...
As for the lanterns,
Did Monsieur de Laclos tell you the secret of his explosive cannonball?
No, we didn't talk about it.
That's a pity. Without his help, our Let's see. I know he's close to Monsieur Marat, the patriotic journalist. He's currently in hiding in the quarries of Montmartre, but please do not breathe a word of this to the Marquis de Lafayette. Those two are It would certainly end in a blood...
Goodbye, Miss... Monsieur de Mira... What does this letter...
Who gave you the right to read my correspondence?
I'm curious about how you got rid of Italia.
To tell you the truth, you're not entirely wrong. It is a missive sent by my father, the Marquis de Mirabeau. He writes to say that he is on the brink of death. This reprobate used his final moments on this mortal plane to send...
How is that possible?
To my knowledge, he has not yet deigned to shuffle off this mortal coil. This man is more persistent than the plague. He has spent his entire life persecuting his family. I need to...
Where is he now?
At his home in Argenteuil. Given the But the man who heard his final...
Monseigneur de la...
Precisely. Only this confounded shaveling refuses to tell me... He stubbornly insists on the Bon sang. Will we ever be... Ages.
Monseigneur.
What can I do for you?
Monseigneur. I would like to talk...
What has gotten into all of you? This has gone on long enough. I will say it one last time and pray nothing and no one will make me violate. Have I made myself...
Perfectly clear. Monsieur de Mirabeau. Alas, the bishop's...
Damn it. I need to let me think. In light of the cartload of threats he sent me, it's safe to wait. They may even have already suffered. However, my sister lives in Unless a messenger rode 100 horses, then there is...
If you ask me.
Yes, it's very kind of you to offer.
Your own mother.
Indeed. It's a very embarrassing...
I can be discreet.
Very well. You should know that my mother, the Countess of Covey, has lost everything. No matter what I tried, nothing could... It is said that she is now living on charity. If perchance your past takes you to this dreadful place, and if she's...